Lakeside Radio.
Penye generation inaenda, tupige left, tupige right. We have our next president hapa mwenye ni Ndindi Nyoro. Upende usipende. Hata kwa picha ukiweka tu hivi, wamama saa zingine tunapigia mtu kura kwa sababu ya picha inafurahisha. Si picha yake iko sawa.
Just few days after 15 members of parliament threw their support behind Kiharu MP Ndindi Nyoro to potentially succeed President William Ruto in 2032, should he secure a second term in office, things seems not be well with Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, and from our reliable source who sought anonymity, the announcement act leaders allied to Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, who has been consolidating the region in his endeavors to follow in Ruto's footsteps. The legislators, drawn from various parts of the country, endorsed Nyoro on Friday during an event held at Murang'a County's Mambi grounds. This is a clear indication that the popularity of the outspoken deputy president continues to dwindle day by day.
Na sasa ule yako sahi ni dede. We as many as of the similar opinion say aye.
Lakini sisi tunamtambua Ndindi Nyoro kiongozi wetu.
Sisi tunamuombea, tunamshikilia na tunajua kwamba ndoto aliyokuwa nayo marehemu Stanley Jindo Matiba, Mwenyezi Mungu yuaja kuitimiza kupitia kwa kijana Ndindi Nyoro.
Now the question is, what will be left of the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua after his tendency to court controversy and moves to portray himself as an individual who is unafraid to speak his mind ends? Gachagua has been in office for more than a year since his inauguration, but he has made a million statements that have elicited fury for being unbecoming of his high position. His corruption cases have been dropped and 200 million shillings frozen by the retired regime given back to him. But he still remains unbowed by the criticism and accusations of reducing the stature of the office of the deputy president to a tribal corridor. Gachagua still thinks he is unapologetic and resolute in his mission to speak the truth. He recently sparked outrage after he said the Kenya Kwanza government will only prioritize those who supported it in the 2022 general election amid a sustained onslaught by allies of the previous regime.
Sisi lazima tungeangalia nyinyi. Hii serikali ni kampuni na ni ya shares. Si ndio? Ni ya shares. Kuna wenye kampuni, wale wako na shares mingi, kuna wale wako na chache, kuna wale hawana. Sasa nyinyi mliinvest kwa hii kampuni ya William Ruto na Rigathi Gachagua. Sasa lazima mvune. Yule ambaye alipanda atafanya nini? Si mlipanda? Si mliamuka mapema? Mukasema mutaki kusikia mambo ya ile system na nini? Muka invest, mukapanda, mukapalilia, mukaweka mbolea, mukamwagilia maji, wakati ya kuvuna ndio huu. Na itakuwa namna hiyo. Najua wengine wananikashifu ati mimi nasema ati wale walipanda wavune kwanza. Iko makosa? Iko makosa? Hata hao watavuna lakini wangoje. Si wale walipanda ni wavune kwanza. Wakishavuna wavune ile tabaki kidogo, wale wakupanda waingie watafute huko nini ile tapatikana wachukue wakwende. Si iko namna hiyo? Na itakuwa namna hiyo. Ndio watu wakipiga kura waelewe hii kura ni kusema nini. Hii kura iko na maana. Nyinyi hamwezi piga kelele huko, mpige kelele. Mnasema William Ruto ni bure, hawezi, mnaita yeye majina, alafu akipata akigawa mnapiga laini ati mko pale mbele. Ati mnataka mpite wale walisema anafaa ati mkue pale mbele. Inawezekana?
Many Kenyans wonder if he will survive re-election in 2027 and be President William Ruto's running mate again, amid fears that he may be dropped for Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi, who is more presidential, reserved and from the Luhya community, which is also rich in votes. Political analyst Javas Bigambo argues that Gachagua's chances of being part of the ticket will largely depend on how he will balance politics and delivery of services to Kenyans. But Gachagua believes that he has consolidated enough backing from his Mount Kenya backyard to negotiate with big boys on the political table and make a comeback in 2027. And I quote, He is trying to reduce the space that Ruto was operating in liberally in Mount Kenya because he knows he is too busy with state management, Bigambo argued. It must be noted that President Ruto has never depended on any form of political crutches when pursuing his dream, while Gachagua's ascension to being the country's second-in-command came as a surprise to many in the run-up to the August 2022 general election.
Thank you very much.
President Ruto sympathized with him after the current Interior Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki bowed out of the race despite making the best cut of a running mate material. The former Mathira MP has kept an animated profile since becoming the DP, as he keeps on veering off from the persona of what is required of a deputy president to being a crooked street politician. Although President Ruto has never shown any signs of being uncomfortable with his deputy's style of politics, chances are high that he might drop him as he gets into his legacy term. And Gachagua must be sensing that his crooked method might not work till 2027. Reliable sources reveal that President Ruto has funded the office of PCS Mudavadi well and might pick him over Gachagua as he defends his seat in the coming polls and eventually endorse the former ANC leader to succeed him in 2032. DP Gachagua now treats Mudavadi as his sworn enemy as he funds idling politicians like the former Kakamega Senator Cleophas Malala to scuttle Mudavadi's influence in Western region in attempts to consolidate his power ahead of 2027 general elections. His newfound political friendship with Malala has led to the return of the famous Cleo Malala Super Cup that has increased its coverage to include a total of 5 counties from the wider Luya region. The DP believes that outspoken Malala is the best person to push for his interests in the vote-rich Mulembi nation, as recruits a team of Jubilee politicians from Mount Kenya region to fight his wars and reduce Mudavadi's chances. Political pundits like Mutahi and Guni believe that President Ruto is most likely to settle on Mudavadi as his running mate during his 2027 re-election bid. This is one reality that has hit Gachagua hard, and he is now desperately fumbling with his possible plan B should the president abandon him. The beef between Gachagua and Mudavadi traces back to days before the last general elections, when Gachagua acted wild at the prospect of Ruto considering Mudavadi as his running mate. He insisted that the position had to be filled by a person from Mount Kenya. Gachagua got the DP position, but Ruto has made him angrier by assigning Mudavadi more roles to overpower the DP in Kenya Kwanza Alliance administration.
Lakeside Radio.
For more and comprehensive updates, press the YouTube subscribe button above and enjoy. Remember to press the bell button for notifications whenever we post.
Duond Oganda.